Alright, folks, here it is. This is our subcast, casting Dread, the Penny Dreadful Show. The fourth episode of Penny Dreadful is entitled Demimonde. It was written by John Logan and directed by Deirbla Walsh. And now it's time for a little story. We open to a decadent orgy of sex, drugs, and music in the house of Dorian Gray. Amongst the teeming ranks he watches, almost bored. After the sexual mayhem ends, he walks down a secret passage and stops before something large. Then he removes the cover, sits before it, and gazes in awe. In the morning outside of a church, Vanessa eyes the building with longing. She sees Dorian strolling and follows him. She finds him at the gardens where they rekindle their captivation. He introduces her to deadly nightshade and all sorts of beautiful and rare flowers. Inside Sir Malcolm's house, Victor consults with the hematologist, Professor Van Helsing. Victor is confused by the results of the blood. Van Helsing states that the case involves cells which participate in the eating of blood, to which Victor closes the door. Van Helsing says that Sir Malcolm seeks a cure to something he doesn't understand, but he does, intimately. Victor stands at the window and sees the creature Caliban outside. When going out to meet him, Caliban warns Victor to be at his work to make him a mate. Beautiful. In the basement of Sir Malcolm's, Fenton is chained to a wall. He asks for Vanessa. He asks for Mother. He is held down as Victor takes a blood sample from him. Then he asks Ethan to give Fenton a blood transfusion. He refuses, but Sir Malcolm accepts. While recovering, Sir Malcolm tells of his expeditions to Africa and invites Ethan to his next one. Vanessa is amused, for she knows that he won't go. And then Sembeni warns them that Fenton has awakened, and Fenton is hungry. Vanessa offers him an apple. He looks, waits, but refuses. He needs blood and flesh and guts. Ethan cannot stand the sight of it, and leaves the house. Sembeni brings Fenton a cat. At the Grand Guignol, Ethan and Brona take in the show. Also watching from separate ends up high are Dorian and Vanessa. Meanwhile, Caliban skillfully works the stage effects to the newest play, The Transformed Beast. At Sir Malcolm's house, Victor is curious of why Sir Malcolm wants to leave for an expedition. He responds by stating that Ethan is nothing to him, finger on the trigger. Sir Malcolm lost a son in Africa. In the basement, Fenton awakes and looks up, calling out, "Master." Chews at his bonds and bites at his own wrists. At the show, all enjoy The Transformed Beast. Sembeni is in the audience, watching over Vanessa. At Sir Malcolm's, the basement is empty. While in the living quarters, they hear a noise from upstairs. Victor and Sir Malcolm ascend, all the while Fenton crawling behind them. They enter Vanessa's room. Then a pale-faced man with red eyes and razor-sharp teeth snarls at them. Fenton cries out, "She's not here, master." Then the thing sees the cross and dives out the window. Meanwhile, Fenton fights Sir Malcolm. He hurls Fenton at the window and his head lands on a shard of glass. Fenton cries out for his mother in his very last breath. At the show, Vanessa, Dorian, Ethan, and Brona meet. Dorian believes he's met Brona before, but she denies it. Brona is upset and jealous of Vanessa, and angry with Ethan. After she storms out, Dorian comes outside to console Ethan. Brona flees into the London night, falling over and coughing up blood. Meanwhile, Dorian leads Ethan to a secret place where men are taking bets. A dog is placed into the center of a ring with hordes of rats and begins to kill them. Ethan cannot stand the sight of it and goes to the bar. He is approached by 3 men who fight him, but Ethan stands his own. At Dorian's home, Ethan cleans up as Dorian enjoys the winnings. Dorian offers him his very first drink of absinthe, the Green Fairy. Vanessa returns home. Sir Malcolm states that it was there, searching for her. It is suggested that Mina is manipulating Vanessa and may be beyond help. But Sir Malcolm cannot blame Mina. Vanessa is angry, stating that Malcolm had manipulated Mina her whole life. The conversation ends by Sir Malcolm stating that Vanessa is the daughter he truly deserves. At Dorian's home, Ethan reflects on his past while Dorian plays a ballad from Tristan and Isolde. As the music builds, he remembers. He remembers the pain of Brona leaving. He remembers the violence of the play. He remembers the violence of the dog as it killed the rats again and again. Then he charges at Dorian and kisses him. Dorian returns the favor. Again, more questions. What is Dr. Van Helsing concealing? Why did Ethan refuse the blood transfusion? The Master is seeking out Vanessa. How long can she stay alive? Why is Ethan so opposed to violence and killing? Is Dorian's subtle manipulation out of thrills or genuine affection? And finally, what was done to Mina to drive her so far from her family and dearest friend? All these are questions which we will try to answer next time. Folks, we hope you enjoyed our bit of storytelling on the 4th episode of Penny Dreadful entitled Demimonde. We are halfway through, and I hope you're enjoying the show just as much as I am. A little bit of cleanup here. Sameni seems like a watchdog. He should have more to do. I'm not sure what the writer's intent is. Is he a filler? There's definitely some sort of tie with Sir Malcolm as an explorer, but again, we're not sure. Dorian winning the rat bet seems a little lazy in its writing, even though Dorian should be experienced enough to make the proper calculations. They've been talking about the Master for a while, and he finally appears. But something about the look of him is off. He looks like a mix between Count Orlok, Kurt Barlow from Salem's Lot 79, and Nomak from the second Blade movie. It's intimidating, but something about the look doesn't feel right. But folks, that's it. Brona gets more screen time and grows as a character, and it absolutely works. David Warner as Van Helsing is inspired casting. He steals every single frame. The Grand Guignol is a superior set piece. It's fun, it's large, it feels absolutely real, and honestly, I would like to go to the Grand Guignol and see it play. Not necessarily in the environment it is now. But folks, getting attached to characters in this show is dangerous. First Proteus by the hand of Caliban, then Fenton by Sir Malcolm. Who's next?